Eyes for Allah, nothing but Allah. Ba is the beginning of Bismillah. Ta is for taqwa, bewaring of Allah. And Tha is for thawab, a reward. Ja is for Jannah, the garden of paradise. Ha is for Hajj, the blessed pilgrimage. Kha is for Khatem, the seal of the prophethood given to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Da is for Deen, al-Islam, religion with Allah since time began. That is for dhikr, remembering Allah, and rise for the month of Ramadan.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillahi amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. You are welcome to another enlightening episode of your program Path to Paradise, a program powered by Zakat and Sadaqat Foundation, where we highlight inspiring stories of compassion, support, empowerment, and the impact of giving back to the society. Across the world, as we are all aware, women, particularly widows, are navigating the rough terrain of life after the loss of their spouses, and also facing economic hardship, social challenges, and the responsibility of providing for their families. That is why the United Nations, a global body, recognizes the challenges widows are facing across the globe. Hence, it has decided to establish 23rd of June of every year as the day set aside to recognize, the challenges widows, who are the most vulnerable people, are facing due to poverty, discrimination, lack of access to education, healthcare, and of course, economic opportunities. That is why at Zakat and Sadaqat Foundation Nigeria, this organization is equally key into the recognition of the plight of widows in Nigeria in particular. Hence, every year on 23rd of June, Zakat and Sadaqat Foundation also intervene to put smiles on the faces of widows across the 36 states of the Federation of Nigeria. And in this particular year, just last week, the foundation was able to dole out not less than 37 million naira to 185 widows across 27 states of the 36 states of the Nigerian Federation, in order to be able to do what? To empower the widows, to support them with a view towards making them self-reliant, as well as making provision for the sustainability of not only themselves, but members of their family when the breadwinner of the house had gone back. That is why in today's episode of Path to Paradise, we are going to be looking at the intervention of Zakat and Sadaqat Foundation, its impacts, and how it has been able to transform the lives of 185 beneficiaries in Nigeria to another level. And to go further in this discussion, we shall be having in the studio the female coordinator in Lagos State of Zakat and Sadaqat Foundation, who will shed more light on what has taken place. But before then, let us go on our first break, where we want to take the report of the field report of Zakat and Sadaqat Foundation intervention to 185 widows across 27 states in Nigerian Federation. Please stay tuned. We shall be back after this time out.
of Ramadan.
For many widows, losing a life partner comes with emotional, financial, and social challenges. But beyond the pain of loss lies the need for support systems that can help families rebuild and regain stability. It was against this backdrop that the Zakat Sadaqat Foundation gathered widows from different backgrounds in Nigeria to provide assistance and mark the 2026 International Widows' Day.
We are celebrating our widows on the 23rd of June every year. And through this program, we do support our widow, we do empower them. Looking at some of the materials there, it's meant for our mothers, to empower our mothers in order to feed their children. By the grace of God, next year, we bring our success story widows. They will come here to express what we have given to them, how impact it is in their lives.
The foundation says the annual initiative is designed not only to provide immediate relief, but also to create sustainable opportunities that enable widows to take care of themselves and their children.
And creating opportunities.
According to the Executive Director and Chief Executive Officer of Zakat Sadaqat Foundation, Prince Sulaiman Olagojo, the impact of the program over the years has seen beneficiaries establish businesses, support their children's education, and rebuild their lives.
Over the years, the impact of this program has been very encouraging. We have witnessed widows who, through support received, have been able to remarry, establish and manage small businesses, provide better care for their families, and return their children to school to continue their education. We are honored by Allah and the support given to you that we are supporting 185 widows with a total sum of 37,035,000 naira only across the country.
This year's distribution saw 185 widows receive a total sum of 37,035,000 naira. The foundation attributed the success of the initiative to the generosity of Zakat payers, donors, and partners who continue to support its humanitarian efforts. For the beneficiaries, the gesture is a demonstration of compassion and a reminder that they are not alone in their journey. Some of the widows, both Muslims and Christians, expressed gratitude to the foundation for the financial and material support.
Ẹni tó ń ṣerú eléyìí fún wa, àwa náà ń gbàládùra bí káwa náà lè ṣerú ẹ̀ tọmọtọmọ wa. Ẹ má má lálùyọ ní ẹni lálùwọlẹ̀. Ẹ ní rẹ́ni tó máa kú sí yín lọ́rùn. Ẹ ní rẹ́ni tó máa fi dáràn sí yín lọ́rùn. Wọ́n ń lo irinṣẹ́ yẹn, wọ́n fi ń ṣe jíjẹ, wọ́n fi ń ṣe múmu. Àdúrà dẹ̀ ń bá yín. Bádùrà ṣe ń bá àwọn ọmọ wa làdúrà máa bẹ́ yín náà.
Eléyìí ni àkọ́kọ́ tí màá kọ́ wá sí ìgbà, àmọ́ inú mi dùn fún oore tán ṣe fún wa. Gbogbo ibi táwọn ètò wọn bá wà, àlékún owó, àlékún ọmọ, àlékún àlàáfíà, àlékún ìdùnnú, àlékún ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀ á máa wọnú ilé ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan wa. Látòrí ẹni tó jẹ́ olórí iléeṣẹ́ yìí títí débi àwọn tó ń bá wọn ṣiṣẹ́, wọn ò ní lùgbàdì ayé, wọn ò ní tẹṣu àgbà mọ́lẹ̀, wọn ò ní jẹun tán wá, wọn ò dẹ̀ nípa ayé máa ń rí lára. Gbogbo lílọ bíbọ̀ wọn Ọlọ́run á máa ṣọ́ wọn lọ ṣọ́ wọn bọ̀. Wọn wà ní ṣiṣẹ́ ṣe o, ẹni tó máa kó bá wọn ò ní wọ̀dẹ̀dẹ̀ wọn lágbára Ọlọ́run.
Lọ́wọ́ yín ọwọ́ yín á máa ròkè o, wàrà gbogbo àṣeyọrí tẹ̀ ń ṣe fáwọn èèyàn Ọlọ́run á máa bùkún ẹ̀yin náà, ẹ̀ ní ṣàṣetì o, gbogbo nǹkan tẹ̀ ń ṣe tán tẹ́ fi ránṣẹ́ ń fún wa o, a dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín o, Olúwa túbọ̀ gbọ́wọ́ yín sókè o.
The Zakat Sadaqat Foundation is calling on more individuals and organizations to support efforts targeted at vulnerable members of society, stressing that collective responsibility remains key to creating lasting impact. As the world continues to recognize the struggles of widows, the foundation says its commitment to restoring hope, dignity, and opportunity for families will remain unwavering. From Lagos, where compassion met action, the message from the Zakat Sadaqat Foundation is clear. Supporting widows is not just about giving, but about empowering families for a better future.
of Ramadan.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. You are welcome back. If you are just joining us, you are watching another episode of Path to Paradise. What you have just seen was the field report of the International Widows Day that was celebrated by Zakat and Sadaqat Foundation, where 185 widows across 27 states of the Federation were supported with the sum of 37 million naira plus by Zakat and Sadaqat Foundation. I have with me now in the studio one of the most hardworking volunteer workers of Zakat and Sadaqat Foundation. She is the Lagos State Coordinator of Zakat and Sadaqat Foundation. She's equally an Assistant Director of Education at the Lagos State Universal Basic Education Board. Please join me in welcoming Hajia Khadijat Hussein Olalekan. You are welcome to Path to Paradise.
Thank you, sir.
It's good having you this morning.
Alhamdulillah.
From the field report you have just watched, one can see you actively engage, with the widows. Please, we would like you to shed more light on the International Widows Day, which Zakat and Sadaqat Foundation every year on the 23rd of June always celebrates. So from your experience, what were some of the challenges most of these widows usually passes through? And how do you also come in to intervene?
Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. Zakat and Sadaqat Foundation, our foundation, your foundation, normally celebrates widows on every 23rd of June every year. We do celebrate them, we empower them, we do enlighten them on that day. We all know that widows, maybe their spouse or their loved one, they lost it or they lose, so most of them, they will normally be neglected. There is only immediate when their husband gone, people will rally around. I mean, they support, I will do this, I will do that. But after some years, months, they'll be neglected. In view of this, Zakat and Sadaqat come up. They are human. They cannot be neglected in the society. They have families. The first major problem they normally think of when this incident happened, most of them, they lose their means of income. And they now be struggling how to survive, how to provide for the family. They have children. This widow has children, which are called orphans. Their husband used to provide for the families. Now the man has gone. Who to take care of them? So they have to sit up as a widow to think of how to face the challenge, how to feed their children, how to pay for the rent, clothing, the school fees of those children. So that makes a major problem for them, apart from emotional trap caused by the families, the society, and so on like that. So this is why Zakat and Sadaqat come up every year, at least to give them a little support. It might not erase the whole problem, but at least a little support to make them live as a human in the society.
Thank you very much. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa tí ẹ̀ ń wò wá nílé àtẹ̀yìn tẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wa káàkiri àgbáńlá ayé. Abalabi tí a dé náà ni abalabi tí a gbé tí máa ń fi ọ̀rọ̀ jomitó ọ̀rọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn àlejò pàtàkì tí a bá gbé wá sílé Agodo. Lówùúrọ̀ yìí, ẹni tó jẹ́ alákòóso fún ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó fún ìgbìmọ̀ Zakat and Sadaqat Foundation, àwọn náà ni màmá wa Alhaja wa Khadijat Hussein Olalekan. Wọ́n ti tan ìmọ́lẹ̀ díẹ̀ sí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìpèníjà táwọn opó tó máa ń dojúkọ àwọn opó àti ìdíẹ̀ pàtàkì tó fà tí Zakat and Sadaqat Foundation fi ń dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ ìgbésí ayé wọn, pàápàá jùlọ ní ọjọ́ tí ìgbìmọ̀ àgbáńlá ayé tí wọ́n yà sọ́tọ̀ tá à ń pè ní 23rd of June of every year fún International Widows Day. Ní báyìí òpó wá ṣí sílẹ̀ fún ẹni tí ó bá fẹ́ pè wọlé láti bá wa dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń gbé yẹ̀wò lówùúrọ̀ yìí, yálà ìbéèrè ni o tàbí ẹ fẹ́ bá wa dá sí ni o tàbí ẹ fẹ́ yá wa nímọ̀ràn ni o láti lè tún tẹ̀síwájú nípa bá ṣe ń ran àwọn kó lọ́wọ́. Nọ́mbà wa ò yí padà, òun náà ni 08118193603. Màmá wa ẹ ṣeun púpọ̀, mo rí pé ẹ tàn ìmọ́lẹ̀ tó pọ̀ sí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìpèníjà àwọn tí àwọn opó tó máa ń dojúkọ àwọn opó àti díẹ̀ tó fà tí ìgbìmọ̀ Zakat and Sadaqat Foundation tí wọ́n fi ṣe ìrànlọ́wọ́ fún wọn. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí n taari ní ojú amóhùnmáwòrán, a rí pé láìpẹ́ ọ̀sẹ̀ tó kọjá nǹkan owó tí ò dín níbi 37 million òun lẹ fún 185 àwọn opó. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ṣàlàyé fún wa kí ni àsùntà tí ẹ rí tí ìgbìmọ̀ Zakat fi wá fi ṣe tí wọ́n ṣe, àti pé kí ni àwọn ọ̀nà tẹ máa ń tọ̀ láti lè fi mọ̀ pé opó báyìí ló yẹ ká ràn lọ́wọ́, eléyìí ni ó yẹ ká ràn lọ́wọ́, àti kí tí ẹ ní èròǹgbà yìí pé tẹ bá ṣe ìrànlọ́wọ́ yẹn fún wọn, wọ́n máa padà ṣe kí ni o, wọ́n á padà wúlò fún wọn. Kẹ́ tó dáhùn ìbéèrè ẹ jẹ́ kí n gbé nọ́mbà yìí. Hello. Ó ti rébété o. So gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìbéèrè mi, mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ṣàlàyé fún wa kí ni vision tó wà ní behind the initiative of this intervention, kí ni selection process, kí wá ní àǹfààní tẹ́rọ pé ìrànlọ́wọ́ tí wọ́n ṣe fún àwọn opó yìí, yálà owó tí wọ́n fún wọn tàbí àwọn irinṣẹ́ bó ṣe fẹ́ wúlò fún wọn.
Ní foundation wa, the main vision wa òun náà ni pé ká ran àwọn opó lọ́wọ́, káwọn náà lè tọ́jú àwọn ọmọ wọn, káwọn ọmọ náà lè wúlò láwùjọ, so that pé àwọn ọmọ wọn látara pé bàbá wọn ò sí láyé, àwọn ọmọ wọn ò wá nídìí rádaràda.
Ẹ má bínú, ẹ jẹ́ n gbé nọ́mbà yìí. Hello. Ó ti rébété tó, ẹ má bínú.
So
ní foundation wa bí tẹ gbé mẹ́nu dé nìyẹn.
A gbé ara nǹkan tí a fẹ́ tó jẹ́ ìpèníjà tó jẹ́ nǹkan tó jẹ́ pé a fẹ́ ṣàmójútó jù, òun náà ni pé kárí pé opó ó níṣẹ́ ìjẹ̀mú lọ́wọ́. Látara iṣẹ́ ìjẹ̀mú yìí, òun náà lè ran ọmọ tiẹ̀ náà lọ́wọ́, àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ náà lè dè èèyàn. Then wọ́n ṣe máa ń procedure tá ṣe máa mú wọn, wọ́n máa kọ lẹ́tà wá sí iléeṣẹ́ wa ní Tafabalewa Square, Sultan Tafabalewa Square, wọ́n máa mú lẹ́tà wá síbẹ̀. Látijọ́ tó bá mú lẹ́tà wá, a máa kó lẹ́tà jọ, àyẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá pè wọ́n, ṣùgbọ́n ìyàtọ̀ ti wà láti sí nǹkan tá à ń ṣe, ìyàtọ̀ oríṣiríṣi ti gbé jẹyọ. Lára ẹ̀ ni pé méjèèjì tí èèyàn bá ti submit lẹ́tà, wọ́n máa ti wo lẹ́tà, tó bá ti kó gbogbo nǹkan tó jẹ́ èròjà tí ó kún fún lẹ́tà yẹn bíi NIN tó ti mú dání, tó dẹ̀ mú lẹ́tà ẹ̀ dání, ẹsẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ náà máa ṣe interview fún. Tó bá dẹ̀ ti ṣe interview fún, tó ti fi lẹ́tà sílẹ̀, tó bá jẹ́ ẹni tó pegedé ni nínú wọn, wọ́n máa pè é, ó máa ti wà ní lẹ́tà kí ló fẹ́ tó fẹ́ fi jẹ́ nǹkan tó máa fi kún ọwọ́ láti lè jẹ́ kí kó ìjẹ̀mú ẹ̀ kó rọrùn. Ó ń bẹ nínú àwọn tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n béèrè ẹ̀rọ ata, ó ń bẹ nínú àwọn tó béèrè deep freezer, ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ náà tó béèrè sewing machine, tó ń pé táwọn bá tún ní eléyìí o, iṣẹ́ wọn á tún lọ bó ṣe kó lọ.
Mashallah. Then abala ẹlẹ́kẹta ìbéèrè mi tí mo béèrè òun náà ni pé ìrànlọ́wọ́ tá ṣe fún ẹ̀yin, ọ̀nà owó lẹ́ fi rò pé yóò wúlò fún wọn.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, fún àpẹẹrẹ ẹni tó wá ní tó bá yẹ pé òun tún rí òun ní ọjà tóun ta, ṣùgbọ́n tó yẹ pé òun tún rí bíi ẹ̀rọ ata sí, ó ṣe àwọn èèyàn ṣàjẹun. Tá bá wò gbòòrò ní ìsìn, tó bá fẹ́ lọ dáńsìn 400 naira ni, so wá at least bá ṣe lọ́ta fẹ́yàn bíi márùn mélòó kan ara ẹ̀ náà ni oúnjẹ tá a máa jẹ lọ́jọ́ yẹn kọ́ ó máa bíyá so ọ̀nà tá a fi wọ̀ pé ó máa padà wúlò ní pé nígbà tí wọ́n bá ń gba àwọn nǹkan yìí tí wọ́n tó ń rí lò lásìkò ó máa jẹ́ ìrànlọ́wọ́ láti fi rán àwọn ọmọ lọ sí iléèwé ó máa jẹ́ ìrànlọ́wọ́ láti fi ṣe àwọn ojúṣe pẹ́pẹ̀pẹ́ tí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe ní àwùjọ kò ní jẹ́ ìnira fún wọn wọn ò ní máa jẹ́ ẹni tó máa ṣe atẹ́wọ́gbọrẹ ní àwùjọ nígbà táwọn náà bá ti ní ọ̀nà táwọn fẹ́ gbà láti máa jẹun.
Mashallah. Ẹ̀yin yan wa àsìkò sì fún wa láti lè pè wọlé onírin ṣókíṣókí nọ́mbà wọ̀ yí padà 08118193603. Àwọn opó mo fẹ́ béèrè pé ǹjẹ́ ó ń bẹ nínú àwọn opó tó ṣe pé wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ di opó ni tó bá ń bẹ nínú wọn kí ni èròǹgbà yìí yàtọ̀ sí pé bóyá ẹ fún wọn ní ẹ̀rọ àbí deep freezer àbí àwọn nǹkan kan kí ni èròǹgbà yìí láti lè jẹ́ kí àwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́ fresh younger wọn sí káwọn náà lè ṣe kí ni kán lè padà bọ́ sí ipò tí ó máa jẹ́ kí wọ́n wà self reliant yàtọ̀ sí pé bóyá à ń fún wọn ní àwọn ẹ̀rọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni foundation wa ara nǹkan tá a máa encourage wọn especially on the day of our International Widows Day we do normally bring a counselor down to the program to counsel them that there are younger ones among you that can still remarry so it is the best thing pé kán remarry ní ìtò jẹ́ pàápàá jùlọ àwọn tó young dáadáa nínú wọn so tó bá remarry nǹkan tó máa better fún wọn better yàtọ̀ sí pé wọ́n wá nǹkan jẹ mu orí méjì á máa ronú lórí àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n bí so kò ní dàbẹ́ ń pé àwọn nìkan náà lọ́kàn dá ṣe ìgbésí ayé ara nǹkan tí foundation máa encourage wọn nìyẹn we don't encourage them to stay alone we do encourage them to go and remarry and that's what our religion says woman should not stay alone should be under the umbrella of a man.
Thank you very much. Well, time is not very much on our side. One of the questions I would also like to ask you is that beyond, financial assistance, and beyond, the equipment you also give them, and widows, they often, need emotional, social, as well as community support. So in this light, what role do you think family members, associate friends, community leaders, organizations can also do towards making the widows have a sense of belonging to the community?
Okay. For the communities, the friends, and even our government entirely. We do need compassion. They need to relate well with them. They should not be isolated, that these are widows. No. We need to integrate them with the society. We should not segregate them, support them, count their children among normal students, encourage them, at least tell them to do this and that to make them belonging. On the issue of families, where they torment the widows by inheriting their husband's inheritance, we should stop this because our religion does not even accept that. Give what is due to each and every one of them. The children, the wife, give them what they are due of. It is not good. With this, it's going to be a disturbing mind for the widows. So we are encouraging even the government to have a skill centers for orphans and even for the widows, so that whenever they get there, they will learn and they will feel among the society.
Thank you very much. You've heard it from the horse's mouth. Let us integrate the widows, particularly those who have been on this particular status for a very long time, into the society. Let them have a sense of belonging and participation. And for the younger ones, they should also be encouraged after they have received counseling from the experts that the door is still wide open for them to remarry if they desire. But that is the best, so that they can continue to live their life the way they want to live their life. Because of time, we may not be able to go further on this episode. I want to avail myself of this opportunity to appreciate Hajia Khadeja Hussein Olalekan, the Lagos State Coordinator, female coordinator of Zakat and Sadaqat Foundation, for coming to Path to Paradise. Thank you very much for coming. I also want to appreciate all the crew members of Path to Paradise. This is where we shall be drawing the curtain today. Remember that at Zakat and Sadaqat Foundation, we do not discriminate on the basis of religion, ethnicity, race, or tribe. On this note, I want to sincerely appreciate our viewers and listeners and those who tried to call us, but the line wasn't going through. That we remained yours sincerely, Dr. Abdullah Shuaib, saying Salaam alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Eyes for Allah, nothing but Allah. Ba is the beginning of Bismillah. Ta is for taqwa, bewaring of Allah. And Tha is for thawab, a reward. Ja is for Jannah, the garden of paradise. Ha is for Hajj, the blessed pilgrimage. Kha is for Khatem, the seal of the prophethood given to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Da is for Deen, Al-Islam, religion with Allah since time began. That is for dhikr, remembering Allah, and rise for the month of Ramadan.